they feel like I'm putting out misinformation, or if they have issues, or they like to have a conversation about my video content and the topics that I address. I usually go on at 2 o'clock, but today, due to mediating circumstances, I'm going on today at 4. I don't do YouTube for money. I don't do it for likes. They are appreciated, but not required. Follows are appreciated, but they're not required. They're not required. I don't do YouTube for monetary gain. I'm not getting paid for this. The only requirement, if you want to attend this live, is that you go to my channel and read my channel description. If it's something that you're interested in, you can come back and greet everybody in the room with bare minimum 2 letters, H and I. Bare minimum. If that's beyond your scope, if that's not something that you can agree to, then kindly just use your thumb and scroll on, because we're about conversations. And conversations, never mind what your Webster says, right? Because I'm hosting live. The definition of a conversation is truthful questions and answers using logic to come up with solutions to problems. And that's the one thing people don't want us to do. When I say people don't want us to do, I'm talking about the small population that runs things in this world. They don't want us 9-to-5ers to have conversations with one another, to sit down and discuss, ask each other questions using logic about the problems that affect all of us. And when I say all, I do mean everybody. And we have to free ourselves. So if that's something that you're interested in, and there's something you'd like to discuss concerning my video topics or any topic in general, the only requirement is that you read my channel description and then come back to the live and at bare minimum type 2 letters in the comment section before you proceed. That being an H and an I, to greet everybody in the room respectfully, because conversations should be respectful. And that's what this is about. So with that being said, and no further ado, if there's anything that anybody would like to discuss, or if they have any issues with my video content, I'm here. And I'm the Mad Trucker. And I want to say I appreciate you, whether you agree or disagree, whether you participate or not. I do appreciate your presence. And I want to thank you for tuning in. Yeah. And like I said, that's the only requirement. Just read the channel description if it's something that you're interested in and you would like to add to the conversation, or you would like to start a conversation about a topic. Greet the room first and then proceed with your question, comment, or concern. And to the 5 people that are here, thank you for joining. I want to say that right now at this point in time, because you could be anywhere, but you're here. And I do appreciate you, whether you agree, disagree, whether you like what you see or you hate what you see. It doesn't matter. I appreciate your presence, because there's always the potential for somebody to hear something that I'm saying and research it for themselves. And like I always say, don't believe things because I say them. Believe them because you hear me say these things and you research them for yourself to either validate or invalidate the information that I'm providing. And if you can invalidate the information that I'm providing with receipts, they call them receipts nowadays, then I will recant any video that anybody has an issue with. And thank you for joining me from Thailand. Forgive me, I don't have my glasses. I lost my glasses and I can't read the small print, but can you read that? You ain't got to be on the camera, but can you read that?
Hello from Thailand?
No, the name.
Oh, the name? Shit, it's kind of small.
Yeah, it's just...
Melon, W.
Forgive me if I can't pronounce your name. My wife tried to read it, but... Uwu from Thailand, thank you for joining. I appreciate your presence. And today is an open topic, open discussion. Thank you, Muhammad. And I'd like to say salam. Thank you for joining the live. And thank you for tuning in from Indonesia. If anybody has any topic they would like to discuss, we can discuss that topic. But just keep in mind, the live is not for arguments, debates, or wars. They're all synonymous. Arguments are synonymous with debates. Debates are synonymous with wars. And all that causes problems. And I don't want to cause problems with my life. I want to solve problems. And the only way we can solve problems is with conversations. And conversations are truthful, honest questions and answers using logic to come up with solutions to problems. And that's the definition that stands on this live. No, sir. I was at one time, Muhammad. I was Rasta at one time, but I follow the way. I just tell people when they ask me what my religion is, I tell them I follow the way of Yahushua HaMashiach, the one they call Jesus the Christ. And thank you for your question. And I'm going to help this person find some place to go using a fake name. And it would behoove you to be civilized using a deceased person's name to that person. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about, you can't see this person's comment, but this person identified themselves as George Floyd and proceeded to tell me that I look like a KKK member because their brain is smooth and they can't follow directions. And that's a personal problem. And I don't insult people. I just throw energy back at the people when they throw it at me because I don't want that energy, that negative energy, you know. So thank you for joining, and enjoy the rest of your life, you know, to that person using that deceased person's name to troll. And I do appreciate you coming by, you know, calling yourself George Floyd, to type something racist in the comments section. And let everybody know that you can't be a civilized, moral, decent human being, regardless. And whatever religion you are, to that person that's using that deceased man's name, you're not a Muslim, you're not a Christian, you're not a Jew. I can't even call you an atheist because even atheists have morals. Atheists have standards. Not all of them, but the ones that I've met. And yeah, I was in the science field for some years, and I've met a lot of atheists, you know, and they had morals. They weren't the type of people that would go around abusing people or, you know, doing inhumane acts or endorsing inhumane acts on other people. So, Mr. George Floyd, you're saying that's your name. I know that's not your name, and I know you made this account to troll. I hope you're still here and you listened to what I just said, because there's no falsehood in it. And the only thing that's required is that you go to my channel, read my channel description. If it's something that you're interested in, come back and greet everybody in the room with bare minimum, 2 letters, H and I. You could proceed to type whatever comments, concerns, questions in the comment section. But if you can't greet everybody in live in the room and that's watching and participating, if you can't greet all of the people that are in this live in a civilized fashion, I'm respectfully asking you to scroll on. And if you need help, I'll help you. Okay? It's simple. I mean, this live is for adults. It's not for children. So I'm pretty sure bare minimum, the people that are watching have a high school education. And before they got to high school, they would be graded on how well they follow instructions, follows directions. Get graded on that, right? You get graded on that. And if you can't greet people in a civilized fashion, then the best thing for you to do is just, you know, scroll on. Nobody's twisting your arm. Nobody's twisting your arm, making you watch me. And thank you for stopping by with your opinion. Have the day you deserve to that person that identifies himself as the number of a man and not acting like one in the comment section. Now, if there isn't anything that anybody would like to ask me, we can pick a topic. It's an open topic for today. Today's open topic, whatever issue that you want to have a conversation about, I'm here for that. And that's what the live is for. That's what I'm here to do. Likes are appreciated. I appreciate the likes. I appreciate the follows, but they are never required because I don't do this for that. I'm not on YouTube to make money. I don't make money from my videos. I don't do that. What I do is I provide information, truthful information. And people that are slaves to well-dressed lies, people that are slaves to well-dressed lies, they're really offended when they research the information and they find out that there's no cap or falsehood in it. And that's that person's personal problem. I'm not going to entertain people that don't want to solve problems within themselves so they can come together with other people and help solve bigger problems instead of making problems because they can't step outside of their ego. And that's what this life is about. And I want to thank everybody for stopping by. Everybody. Yeah. And if nobody stops by, I've done lives where nobody stopped by. I've been on for an hour. Yeah. So, I appreciate your presence. And if my channel description is too much for you, I appreciate you scrolling on, not trolling in the comment section or disrespecting anybody that's in the room that would like to have a conversation. Right? Pick a topic, have a conversation. And I'm at 12 minutes. I'm not going to be on that long. Just doing this because from time to time, people have issues with my content, but when I go live, they never show up. They have a lot to say in the comment sections, but when they get a chance to speak directly to me about the issues that they have with me, they like to run. They like to run. They either run or what they do is they do what the person I just blocked from my channel did, and they'll start typing insults in the comment section like a 2-year-old throwing a temper tantrum because they can't change historical facts or evidence. Yeah. And I do empathize with those with that person's condition, that person and the other person that started a YouTube channel hiding behind a purple dot with a white G in it, claiming the name of someone who was deceased to come into the live, type racist propaganda in my comment section. You can always tell a smooth brain because when you ask them questions about what they type, they never offer any answers, not any logical ones anyway. Yeah, they have to delve into fiction, making it up as they go along. And that's why I empathize with people like that. Because, you can only make it up as you go along for so long before it falls in on your head. Because there is a higher standard that humanity is supposed to hold itself to, that they don't want us to hold ourselves to. And that's to be civilized, moral, decent human beings that aren't consumed by greed or our egos. If you cannot step outside of your ego to look at somebody else's situation and empathize with them, there's something wrong with you. And you might want to work on that issue. And this is not a shot or a judgment. It's an observation. And see, that's where people get me wrong too. 99.9% of the videos that I make on YouTube are observational videos. It's based on my observation and my time here on this planet. Yeah. That's what it's based on. My experiences and what I've studied concerning the history, not only of America, but all over the world. They say as a man thinketh, so is he, right? They don't want people to think anymore. And I'm mad about that. That's why I'm the mad trucker. That is one reason why people don't want to think. They say people don't have common sense. Well, that doesn't bother me if people didn't have common sense. But if people started to have kingdom sense, when I say kingdom, I'm talking about the kingdom of our Creator. We wouldn't have all these problems in the world. You could take it back. And contrary to what you might feel or believe, the truth is a Republican's not going to save America. A Democrat is not going to save America. Yeah, Democrats and Republicans don't care about the people they take the majority of their taxes from. They get the majority of their tax money from. They don't care about those people like myself. And anybody else if you're in the States. And I don't know how it works in Indonesia. I don't know how it works in other countries, but in America, they tax everybody. We're taxed on our labor. We're taxed on our property. We're taxed on our vehicles. We're taxed on everything. And when it comes to roads being fixed, kids having books for school, they never have the finances. But that's not true because it's all about control. It's never been about money. And here in America, they'll tell you, if you ever visit the States, if you're still with me, Muhammad, if you ever visit the States, they're going to tell you it's all about the money. It's all about the money. It's all about the money. But that's not true because they hadn't had money in America since 1931. When those little promissory notes were backed by something tangible called gold or silver. And it was printed on those receipts, payable to bearer in gold or silver on demand. It held weight, had power. That's when it was money, because that little greenback was the receipt for the tangible gold or silver. Well, in 1931, they did a little bait and switch. Yeah, they took the receipt and they made them IOUs. It's not money. And it's never been about money. If you're still here listening, it's been about control. It's not about money. It's about control. Monetary system is what we have in this country. Monetary means to monitor. Monitor what? Monitor you. Monitor me. What we buy. What we buy, where we go, what we do. To monitor. And you monitor something to control it. I have monitors. I have cameras all around my property, and I monitor those cameras, right? Because if somebody trespasses on my property, I have the right to defend myself and my family, and I will. That's not even a threat. That's a promise. An invited guest. Yeah, you're gonna get one shot. You're trespassing, sir or ma'am. You have enough time to get back in your vehicle or keep walking down the road. And you got about as much time as it takes me to lock and load to do so. But if you keep approaching my property, I'm going to make my grass grow and you're going to help me. And that's not me being big and bad. Because if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And if you're not willing to protect your family, if you're not willing to protect the ones that you love, you really shouldn't be here. You have a right to defend yourself. You have a right to defend your family. But I'm talking about a monetary system, though, right? That thing they call money in the States is not money. It hadn't been money for a very long time. They're IOUs, promissory notes. And they work you to death. Literally. Yeah, they work you to death. 30 is really... when you're 30 years old, half your life really is gone. It really is. That's how they tricked everybody. Retirement age is 60. Really? People aren't living past their 70s. The majority of people don't live past their 80s. So what's that telling you? And then there's Social Security that they say that they put aside for you. They don't account for inflation. They don't account for the cost of living. And people that do draw Social Security can barely afford to, meet their ends. They can't meet their ends. Yeah, I did a video with a soundbite where Martin Luther King, he put it so eloquently, and I don't want to do it misjust. I don't want to do it injustice by messing it up. But he said, you picking the lesser of two, basically in a nutshell, picking the lesser of two evils is still picking evil. You're going to break the law. You're either going to break a just law or you're going to break an unjust law. But either way it goes, you're going to break the law. You have to decide which one you want to break. If you break unjust laws, that makes you just. If you break just laws that produce justice, if you break those laws, if you break those laws, then you're not a moral person. You're not a decent moral human being. Yeah. It's a higher standard we have to hold ourselves to, people. And I am talking to people, talking to my people. And that's what my people do. My people follow the instructions. My people, and if they don't, they try. They try their best to. Yeah. Unfortunately, there are people that claim to be things that they're not. They don't follow the instructions. There are people that claim to be Christians that don't follow the instructions. They don't care about what's in that Bible. Just care about what their pastor tells them. And they ain't just Christians. You have some Jewish people the same way. No. They claim to be Jewish, but they don't want to hear nothing about what's in the Torah. No. Unless they twist it and make it mean something that it never meant. Take it out of context so they can do what they want to do. It's the same thing as Muslims. You have some Muslims. Mm-hmm. They don't want to hear nothing about no Quran. They don't want to hear nothing about no surah. They don't want to hear nothing about that. But they Muslim. Christian. Jew. Well, when y'all gonna start following the instructions? You ever really sit down and really think about it? If someone has a kosher diet, it's the same as having a halal diet. And Christians are the biggest hypocrites because they don't care about halal or kosher either way. They eat what they want to eat because they don't think the instructions apply to them. And I empathize with them. And that's not a shot at all Christians, because you have some that I don't call myself one. But if you call yourself something, you should be what you call yourself. You really should. I don't know. I'm all over the place today because nobody has anything to say. And I'm going on 30 minutes. I'm not going to take up the rest of your day. To the 5 people that stayed to listen to me run my mouth, I'd like to say, may the Most High bless and keep you. May His kindness be gracious unto you. The Most High smile on you and grant you shalom. And to my Muslim brothers, salam alaikum. Thanks. Enjoy the nature, y'all.